So it looks like we're getting a Jigsaw Marvel Legends action figure. Unfortunately, this one's going to be a Walgreens exclusive, and this really brings me back to my thought about why does Walgreens always get the coolest exclusives? If you support what I do, please click subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss a single video of mine when it comes out. And if you want to hang out with me and my soulmates, I stream live on Fridays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to play some superhero games, and I would love to see you. If you'd like to support the channel even more, we now have memberships. Perks include early access to videos, members-only emotes and badges, and members-only videos. I mean, they got Baron Helmut Zemo, one of Captain America's archenemies. Now they got Jigsaw, one of the Punisher's archenemies. And I'm here thinking, why do they get all the cool stuff and Target and every place else gets exclusives that are kinda lame? It's not so bad when Walgreens gets an exclusive like Quasar or Nova, because at the end of the day, who really cares about those two characters besides a select few people? But villains that everyone really wants, villains that belong in another Bring on the Bad Guys wave, yeah man, we should probably reserve those for the good stuff, like another Build-A-Figure wave. And speaking of Quasar, I just saw him available on Walgreens' website. He's not available now, but he was. Maybe they'll get some more of him, I hope, for all the people who do want him. I'm not the most excited about this one either, but I like him better than I liked Nova, because at least it looks like there's more stuff that we can use with this one. He comes with a couple of extra hands, and he comes with some special effects for his energy attacks. And I also like his cape. It's got stars and stuff painted on the inside of it. I wish that the inside of his cape was a darker color so that those star details popped a little bit more. I feel like it would be a more effective look if it seemed like we were looking into the darkness of space with a darker color for the inside of his cape, but it is the way it is, and it's okay. I don't know if it's worth $23 okay. For me, it's kind of hard to get excited about Quasar because he does look mostly like just another repaint of the Bucky Cap body, although oddly enough, he does have pinless joints on his arms, not on his legs though. I really don't like the way that the costume feels very flat on him, because where the paint apps meet between the blue and the reds, it looks like it's so cheap. It feels like there should be some texture somewhere to indicate separation between all these elements, but they're just there. Well, aside from Quasar, who we may or may not be able to get, I thought that maybe we'd all be able to get one if we wanted one, but as we all know, it's been a huge problem trying to get these Walgreens Marvel Legends exclusives, especially when they're the cool characters that everyone wants. For instance, Baron Helmut Zemo, who does look a little bit more accurate than I thought he would based on the photos that we've seen of him lately, where we've gotten some close-up shots. He has those designs on his gloves. His belt does have some designs on it too, but he's completely missing the stripes on his boots. He doesn't have the designs on his torso, where there's a bunch of linear stuff going on the purple cloth. It's a really mid-feeling Baron Zemo that I'm not sure is worth $23, but there are some elements on this toy that are really nice, like the head sculpt and the fur details, and now that I can see the lines on the gloves and the details on the belt, those are really nice to have too. I just wish they would have gone all the way and given us a proper, fully decked out Masters of Evil Baron Zemo, considering that he is an S-tier Captain America and Avengers villain. Back to the topic at hand though, we are getting a new Jigsaw Marvel Legends action figure, and this one, I know that there's a lot of reuse going on this one, but I gotta be honest with you guys, I don't hate it. I think that this one actually looks pretty decent, considering that they're completely and utterly reusing his body. I really gotta give it up for the head sculpt on Jigsaw though. This one looks awesome. This is a top tier, total S-tier head sculpt. The figure as a whole, maybe not. This feels like an excellent Jigsaw, and the neck brace is just that little coup de grace that makes you go, mwah. Also really nice is the number of accessories they're including with Jigsaw. They gave him a bat, they gave him a machete, a couple of knives, they gave him a shotgun with blast effects. They're kinda decking this one out. He doesn't come with any extra hands, it looks like. He doesn't come with an extra head, but he doesn't really need the extra head because the head that they've done on him is so good to begin with. And if you're gonna do only one head for Jigsaw, I think this is the one you want to go with. So they nailed that head. I can't stop raving about the head sculpt here. At first glance, this does feel like Jigsaw stepped off the pages of the Punisher comics from way back when, around the 80s and the 90s, because that was around the time period where Jigsaw was wearing a neck brace, because, you know, you tangle with the Punisher, you get hurt. The thing that does strike me about this action figure, though, is that it feels like it's not quite big enough to be Jigsaw's body. It feels too small for Jigsaw. Because Jigsaw, if you're at all familiar with the character, he's kind of a bulky guy. He looks like he works out. He's kind of built like a tank. He's got those broad shoulders, his torso's a little blocky, and when he wears a suit, he looks like he fills it out. He looks like he could handle himself in a fight with the Punisher. Also, I've talked before how I don't really care for the way that Hasbro does suits because it feels like they go a little too crazy with the folds and the wrinkles, so it looks like every crevice on the suit is just bunching up on him. It looks awkward when you look at one of their action figures that's wearing a suit. Also, one thing I would have done for Jigsaw is I would have given him a set of closed fist hands. Is he necessarily going to win that fight? No. Probably not, but, you know, it still happens. But as it is, I don't hate it, so I'm really thinking about this one. It's definitely not an S tier figure for me. I'm thinking that this one might be somewhere around a B, maybe a C tier, definitely around that area. I have to get in my hand to really throw a judgment on it, but it's feeling like it's going to be somewhere in that vicinity. And I wonder now that we're getting 2 supervillains released in Walgreens, if they're just going to do an entire supervillain line that they're putting in Walgreens. And I'm curious to see if we're going to see a 3rd supervillain real soon, and if so, who's he going to be? Whoever it turns out to be, I hope that they put 100% into the character and make it one that I absolutely, positively have to have. Well, Soulmates, what do you think about this new Jigsaw Walgreens exclusive? Is this one that you absolutely have to have, or are you on the fence about it, or is this going to be a no from you because it's reusing a lot of stuff that we've already seen? I don't know, Soulmates, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you what you think about this. And also, have you gotten a Quasar? Have you gotten a Nova yet? Are you regularly checking out the Walgreens website to get those Walgreens exclusives, and are you having any luck? I'll be back again soon with some more thoughts about new comic book toy news. And until then, with love from me to you, bye-bye.